Hi, my name is Ashley Hook, and I'd like to welcome you to an overview of Honors Art 4. Here's my contact information, so please feel free to reach out through email anytime you have a question, and you can also find me on Twitter and Instagram at Art with Mrs. Hook. A little bit about my background. This is my 11th year at Pine Lake, and I think that is so special because I have been able to teach a lot of siblings from families, and so I've gotten to know families on a great level. I am originally from Illinois. I graduated from Bradley University, which is in Peoria, Illinois, with a degree in K-12 art education and also a fine arts concentration in painting. So there's a sample of my painting work here in the lower left-hand corner. After I graduated, I moved to Mooresville to begin working here at Pine Lake, and I've enjoyed it ever since. So in addition to teaching Art 4, I also teach Art 1, Art 2, and Art 3. So what I love about senior art is that I have had the students several years leading up into that, so I feel like we have a really great relationship already established. I also work with the students in the capacity as faculty advisor for National Art Honor Society. And outside of teaching, I love Target. I love to be outdoors and go hiking and running. And I also, the students know this well, I am a big fan of Bob Ross. He has become sort of my life coach and also my art guru. And so one of the fun activities that NAHS does is put on an annual Bob Ross Day at school where we kind of get to celebrate his legacy. So outside of teaching, my other favorite thing would of course be my family, my husband Randall, our son Hudson, who is just about a year and a half, and then our daughter Maya, who just began kindergarten here at Pine Lake this year. So my teaching philosophy, the one thing that I think I love the most about art is that it really does let me see kind of the student as a whole person. You know, we get to use that left brain problem solving and critical thinking, and then we also are exploring creativity and imagination, and also practicing, you know, being resilient and being unafraid to fail. And I love this quote from Bob Ross, naturally. Talent is a pursued interest. Anything that you're willing to practice, you can do. And I think that speaks to art class very well, because the goal of art class is to help individuals experience success and experience growth. So it truly is going to be a matter of the effort put into it, not necessarily the talent, although of course by the time that you have reached Art 4, you have definitely showcased your talent throughout the year. So our class is divided into 4 components. We have our projects, of course. We have sketchbooks that come in once each semester. We have a digital portfolio, which is where students can keep a record of their finished projects and also some reflection thoughts about their work. And then we have Art and Fear discussions. Art and Fear is a book that we read, and it's a really great toolkit to have as we navigate sort of the uncertainties of creating art. And this was actually a picture I snapped when I was visiting UNC Greensboro. And I saw this in one of the college art classes, and I knew I had to take a picture so that people knew this was a real book in real life. So our projects are divided between a depth and a breadth. So the breadth classes, the breadth projects are those that are assigned by me. They are based off of the reference images that the students took over the summer. And then the depth projects are independent. They allow students to pick subjects of their choice, mediums of their choice to explore, and that is typically what we get into in the spring. So truly the number one most important way to experience success in this art class in any level is to turn in work and be sure that you are putting that effort into each one of your pieces. And then this year, something that is different is that all projects, all assignments are going to be submitted electronically. via a photograph. And probably one of the most special things about Senior Art is our Senior Art Show. I began this tradition in 2014, and it has been an event that we look forward to so much ever since. Last spring, of course, the art show looked a little bit different, and it became a virtual art show. But I've told the students this year that I am still 100% committed to providing them with that experience of having their senior art show, no matter what form it takes. So I'd like to wrap up with just walking you through a bit of our homepage on Canvas, because there are some really valuable links that you can utilize. So here is going to be a helpful resource during e-learning. This is where we have our daily agendas, which will break down what the focus is and what the activities are daily. So this is a place where you or your student, if they miss a day, can access and understand where we are at for the day. Here we have a syllabus, so you can browse this. There are, perhaps if you have any questions about expectations, this information will be helpful. And then supply list. This is a very basic supply list, very straightforward. A lot of supplies students already have at home, but it is important to note that the supply list is required to complete the work this year. And then here is our social media account. This is where I am most active, and so you can follow along with the work of your student and also the other art levels. On the second page of our classroom on Canvas, you will be able, or your student will be able to access the sketchbook assignments and also that digital portfolio component that I spoke about. And again, this is going to be a great place for you to browse your students' work as they finish them and get a bit of insight into their thoughts, their process, their successes as they have done their work. So I want to thank you so much for joining me this evening, and please let me know if you have any questions, and I am so excited about our class this year.